Hello friends, welcome to e-learning port again. So we are discussing about few interview questions which is commonly asked in most of the interviews. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about what is difference between final, finalize and finally. In our last series of videos we had already discussed about what is final. So let's differentiate these three terms: final, finally and finalize. Okay, so question is final versus finally versus finalize. Okay, so let's discuss about this. So this final I have already discussed in our previous series of interview questions. What is final keyword? Okay, so let's refresh it again and let's put focus on this interview question, means how to answer this. Okay, so maybe all these three statements, maybe you are not aware of the key terms, key terminologies behind this, but I will try to focus as much as possible. If I'm not able to focus that, please do comment in the comment section. I will cover up those things in the further videos. Okay, let's start. So first is like final. Okay, so final is actually used to declare a variable constant, a method, final method which cannot be overridden, as well as a final class which cannot be inherited. So the final keyword is used to make a variable constant and a method as final, so that the final method cannot be overridden by a child class. Final method cannot be overridden by child class. So this is the another use of final. Third one is like to make a final class. A final class. A final class means to say that class cannot be inherited by anyone. Cannot be inherited by anyone. So these are the three uses of final keyword. So when we are talking about the other finally and finalized words, finally and finalized keywords, you must be aware that when we are comparing this, there is no similarity. No similarity between these three. Just the similarity is that the name is something similar, something looks like final, then finally. Final keyword is very much similar to finally. Finally keyword is very much similar to finalize. So maybe if you are confused with these words, so the intent of the interviewer is to just to check whether you know these three keywords or not. Because these three keywords, there is no similarity, there is no differences in corresponding to some terms. All are having their own uses, their own terms. So we will be talking about all the terms just to focus, just to answer in any interview what is differences between. So differences means you just need to explain what is final, finally and finalized. There is nothing like you need to differentiate like what is there in final which is not in finally or which is not in finalized. Okay, we won't compare in that way. When this kind of this question is asked, that means we need to explain just what is final, finally and what is finalized, what is the use. Okay, so I covered about final. Final is used, final keyword is used to make a variable constant, to make a method as final, so that final method cannot be overridden by child class, a final class. Final class is the one which cannot be inherited by anyone. None of the class can inherit any final class. So what is the syntax for this? So to make a variable final, suppose final int data. So always final data need to be initialized. There is some exception where you may not initialize, that I have already covered in my last series of videos. You can check there. Okay. To make a method final, what you need to do? Final, suppose void do not override. So this is the syntax for the final methods. For final class, what we need to do? Final class and some class name cannot be inherited. Okay. So about these three, what is the usage of these three, I have already explained in my previous interview question series. You can go and watch there. Okay. So this is the use of final keyword. Okay. So this is all about the final. Now let's discuss about the other two. I hope it's very much clear. Okay. Now, what is finally? To explain finally, you must be aware of exception handling, try catch blocks. What is try, what is catch, how we catch the exceptions, what we do with catch block, what exactly the operations we do in try block. So you must be aware about all those things, then only you can you can just understand this what is finally, because this is part of exception handling itself. Okay, let's discuss about that. What is finally? So you must be aware that try is a block where some exception may be thrown. Okay. If you're not using try, if any kind of exception happens, your program will be completely interrupted. That means you cannot proceed ahead. So just to avoid that kind of situation where your program is getting interrupted, we go with try catch for exception handling. Okay. Then catch is a block where we give the exception name, which exception can be caught. Do exception handling here. Okay. So if any exception is getting thrown, that will be caught here. Why? Because exception is the parent class of all kind of exceptions. You might have heard of null pointer exception, find not found exception kind of things. Okay, so exception is the parent class of all. So I have given here exception, but you can give anything if you are aware of exception handling. Okay, so what exactly we do, even though I'm not going in depth, I will be explaining you little bit about this. If suppose there is some kind of exception, suppose there is some file exception, suppose the exception is like file not found exception. This exception will also be caught here. Means as soon as the exception will come, it will come to the catch block. So what you can do here in catch block, suppose the file is not found exception, it occurred just because file was not found on the system. So in that case, you are not proceeded ahead in this try block for any kind of statement execution. You will be directly coming to here. So you can do something like logging. That means like if file is not found, you can log here like what was the issue, what was the exact issue happened because of which the program did not continue in a proper way. So you can log here, do a logging kind of mechanism because exception has already occurred. File is not there, your program is not working properly. That means you need to tell somewhere that this was not working properly. Why we are doing here? Because if we are not having try catch block, it will get interrupted due to this exception and entire execution will get stopped. Even though if someone is using for some other purpose, they will also be stopped. So we go with try catch block. Okay, so this is little bit about try catch. Now let's focus on finally. So now the term is very clear. If suppose something like file f equal to new file, and if you are here passing the file name with file path. Okay, if suppose that file is not found, immediately there are some other line, some other statements as well, but as soon as the exception will occur that this file will not be found, it is not going to proceed ahead to this one. This will directly jump to here to the catch block. Now the thing is like, if suppose catch happened just because file was not found, if suppose there you are doing some kind of JDBC connection interface, some kind of operation here, equal to you will write code for connection, right? Code for connection. You need to do some operations with the connection, and you are successfully doing this operation, but just because of file some exception happened, here you are doing some connection operation, and just because of this file if some exception happened, what will happen? It will immediately come to this catch block. Okay, but you are not sure which catch block. There may be multiple catch blocks. If suppose if this is something like file not found exception, file not found exception, then one more catch block, exception. So if suppose the exception came here, what will you do with that connection? You can't do anything now, because already exception has occurred. From here only you need to go out, or you need to proceed ahead after this try catch block. But what if this is the last block? What if this is the last statement of the method? Last statement of the, what if this kind of situation is there? This is the last statement of the this one of the method. So now you need to do something, because you cannot return anything from here. You can just log or do something. So what if I want that even the exception occurred, I want to proceed ahead for some kind of operations? Then in that case, what you can do, you can just introduce a finally block. You can just release connection here. Release connection here means you can just destroy the connection. Now you must be surprised that why this finally when try and catch was there. We can handle that. So there is one specialty about the this finally block, I'll just explain that. I'll just explain you that. Why we are very much eager to do the operations here in the finally. So finally is the block which will be executed at any cost until unless you are calling system.exit command. Until or unless you are calling system.exit command. This finally block will be always called whether exception is there or not. Even though if suppose this try is completely proceeded ahead, there is no exception, then also this finally block will be executed. If suppose some kind of exception happened here, do some exception handling mechanism, even though this will come to finally block. So finally block is the one which will be executed at any cost. At any cost it will be executed. So you can do operations in finally block, the operations which are very much critical, that is required even though exception happened or didn't happen. This block, there is some statement you need to perform at any cost. You're bound to do that. As for example, I told you connection. You did some operation, some exception happened, but this connection need to be released even though there is some exception or there is no exception. If you are providing the connection release things here in exception, then if there is no exception, it will never come to the catch block. Then you need to release that connection. So what we do generally, this is the general concept, just I'm explaining. Generally we do this with connection kind of concept, but you can do anywhere wherever it's suitable. This finally block will be always executed until or unless you have called system.exit anywhere before coming to this finally block. So finally is the block which gets executed at any cost, exception is there or not. Okay, so this is just the beauty of finally block which we discussed about, just the finally. So again I will repeat by writing finally is a block which gets executed in exception handling. Even though exception is there or not, even though there is no space, even though exception is there or not. Okay, so this is the definition of finally. This is the beauty of finally, that in exception handling case the finally block will always get executed, exception is there or not, irrespective of the exception. Even though exception is there, after catch block the finally will get executed. If the exceptions are not there, at the end of try block the finally will get executed. So this is a block which will get executed at any cost in the case of exception handling. Just the exception is that, one exception is that if you have called anywhere, if suppose here itself, in this catch block itself, if you have called system.exit, so this command, what it does, that it will get you completely out of your program. When program is not there, what will you do with the finally? Okay, so just in this case this finally block will not get executed, otherwise finally block is for sure it will get executed. Okay, so this is all about finally. We'll discuss about finalize. Now let's talk about finalize. Okay, so finalize is very much related to object and garbage collector. You know very well that in Java everything is object. We do all the operations with object. Without object, without class, you can't do anything. You need to perform the operation through object itself. And you know that in Java we cannot release any memory block on our own. Developers can never force the JVM to release a memory. They don't need to do that. The garbage, you can say garbage or any free memory is just washed out by JVM by their own algorithm, which is called garbage collector, which is called the responsibility of garbage collector is to check on time to time period, to check if any object is there which is not used, which need to be released, means where the memory is occupied by object, that memory need to be freed so that other object can use those memories. So for that garbage collector is there. Garbage collector always do the garbage collection work. That means whichever object is not getting used, this one garbage collector's responsibility is that just release that object and free the memory whatever is occupied by that particular object. So this is the responsibility of garbage collector. Okay, so with this term itself, with the object and garbage collector itself, we will discuss about finalize, because finalize is very much related to the garbage collector. If suppose you have a class is like do not want garbage collected. If suppose there is a class do not want garbage collected. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to just here I will use the shortcuts. Do not want garbage collected, dn reference name equal to new dn do not want garbage collected. You will create object in this way. So this is the object which is getting created, which is object name is dn do not want garbage collected. This is the object. And if suppose this object is occupying 4 bytes, when you are using this, when you are doing some operation dn dot something something, dn dot something something, then it's okay. What if you don't want this dn do not want garbage collected object at any point of time? What you will do? You just need to do the reference dn equal to null. So if this statement is not, if this is there, so this will be referring to this memory. As soon as you do dn equal to null, what will happen? This object won't get any reference. That means reference is deleted. As soon as you did this one. Now when it's deleted and this object is already there, which is occupying 4 bytes, why we will waste that memory even though there is no reference to this object? I don't want this object now. So why we will waste 4 bytes if suppose we have a scarcity of memory? Then what we need to do? We need to just release some memory, right? So this object need to be freed. As soon as this object is dereferred means this object is not having any reference, what will happen? Garbage collector comes in picture. Garbage collector comes in picture. Okay. this will go and just release this memory. This will go and just delete this object permanently from the this one memory space, and this 4 byte will get freed as soon as garbage collector comes in picture. What if, what if what if by mistake this object is dereferred? What is that? What is if by mistake this object is dereferred? What you will do that? This will be garbage collected, no? You need to persist that. You need to retain that object. No man, by mistake it was just dereferred. If you are going to do the garbage collection, please give me one chance, please. Please give me one chance to perform my operations. Whatever operation is pending. Or please give me one chance, I will retain the object back. Means I will just give some reference to this object. But you might be thinking, once the object has been dereferred, you don't know where this object is there, where this object is kept in the memory space. You can't refer that. So in that case, you get an option of finalize methods. You get an option of finalize methods. So what is finalize? Finalize is like, if suppose some object, this object is of this class. If suppose some object has been dereferred and garbage collector has come to collect that, before collecting, before freeing this space, garbage collector, what it will do, it will just come here in the finalize block. This will be called before garbage collection of same object. Means this object will be garbage collected. So before that, it gives us option to call this method finalize, where suppose you have some pending operations which will go waste. There is some pending operation, you need to do that. What you can do, you know very well that make some space to write something here. I think whatever I have explained, that has already been called. You can always do operation with this. If you know about this is reference to itself. If suppose this garbage collector has called to just wipe out this memory, to clear this memory. Before doing that, with this, if suppose this is the object which is referring to this memory space, even though this is dereferred with any reference. Okay, so this is the object which is going to be wiped out, which is going to be released by garbage collector, where memory can be reclaimed. Before doing that, this particular object will call the finalize one, and this particular object can be referred with this reference. So what you can do, if suppose you have some pending operations, suppose there is one method called clear pending operations. You have written logic to clear the pending operation. Clear pending, or you can say remaining operations. Okay, so what you can do, just you can call this dot clear pending operation, and it will just clear that. Because here what you have done, after making this dn equal to null, can you do this dn dot clear pending operation? Clear pending operations? No, not at all. Not at all. Why? Because this dn is null, you will immediately get null pointer exception. because dn has already referred has already dereferred the object. So dn is not having any object. This is just a reference which is pointing to null, so it will just give you null pointer exception. But even though after that, just because of finalize method, what you can do, you can call this clear pending operation and it will just clear all the pending operations. So in this way, at the last moment, if you have any pending operations, any operations to be pending, you can just perform those pending operations with this reference. You can also retain this object. You can retain this object by making something like suppose there is one method called okay, you are clear about clear pending operations. What is there? Okay, just forget about that. If suppose you have some reference like here itself in this class itself, if you have something reference like do not want garbage collected DN WGC. If you have some kind of reference here itself, you can retain this object by referring this two means by getting referred by this one DNWGN. Okay, DNWGC. So what you can do, DNWGC equal to this, and you can just avoid this garbage collection, because now this object whatever was going to be garbage collected, it has been already means again referred, it has been referred. So you can retain this object as well, you can do your pending operations as well. So this is the beauty of finalize method, where if your object is getting garbage collected, if your object is getting removed from the memory space, you can do your operations whatever is there. But always remember that this finalize method is called only once. Means when the first time the garbage collector is going to do the garbage collection, this finalize method will be called and it will do some other operations. If the object is again dereferred, if the object is again dereferred, then from the second time this method is not going to be called. Okay? So finalize is the method which helps us in performing our pending operations, which helps us in retaining the object if the object is getting garbage collected. Okay? So that is the difference. That is all about finalize. We'll just repeat it again with you. So final is a keyword which is used to make a variable constant, to make a method final so that it cannot be overridden, to make a class final class, whether final class cannot be inherited by anyone. Finally is used in exception handling case, where finally is the block which is always executed even though exception is there or it's not. Just exception is that if you have called system.exit before the finally block, then finally block will not be executed, because system.exit command just exits from the program itself. The program will be shut down. So finally is used in exception handling to do your operations irrespective of exception has occurred or not. Finalize is a method. You can also say a block. Method is also a block. So finalize is a method which helps us in retaining our object or in doing the pending operations whatever is already left. And if the garbage collector is going to free that particular memory space, that particular object is going to be deleted from the memory space. So before deleting, it gives you an option to retain the object once or to do the pending operations whatever you want to do. So this is about finalize. So I hope you like this video, and please do comment and share as well as subscribe my channel. And if you have any question, any doubt, do comment in the comment box. I will reply appropriately, or maybe I will give you answer through some of the videos. So thank you very much guys for watching this. Thank you.